yesterday I brought you a story of Youssouf Fofana on the list of Arsenal. Arsenal have gone ahead to hold talks with Fofana, and he's one of those top 5 midfielders that Arsenal is really eyeing. He makes it onto alongside Douglas Luiz, Bruno Guimaraes, Zubimendi, and who else? Is it Amadou Onana? Right? Those are the midfielders that Arsenal really looking at, obviously bringing through at Arsenal. One of those will obviously be playing for Arsenal this summer transfer or the next season in here for you. So welcome to this channel. Smash the like button, comment and share. If you're only watching us for the very first time, endeavor to subscribe to this channel so as not to miss out on stories that we do upload in here on a daily. Rokani David is my name. I'm really having Kai Havertz talking about the hate that Chelsea fans have for him because he went ahead and crossed from the west side of London to the north side of London. And then even Gabriel Magalhães has something to say to the Arsenal fans, and I think you're really going to enjoy this episode. Smash the like button, comment and share. If you're only watching us for the very first time, endeavor to subscribe to this channel so as not to miss out on stories that we do upload in here on a daily. Rokani David is my name, and we call upon for 300 likes to be smashed on this video and continue to spread the love like never before. Now, this is the moment where we thank God for the gift of life, and for the Muslims, Barakallahu Fikum. And let's obviously start it off with Fabrizio Romano. Credible journalist Monaco have hinted that Youssouf Fofana could be the name to leave the club this summer. My understanding is that Monaco will communicate the asking price for Fofana in 1 or 2 weeks. I think it could be available for around 20 million euros. What a bargain. What a bargain, if at all you know what I'm meaning. If Youssouf Fofana is up for grabs for just 20, right? 20 million euros, I tell you, any club would obviously like to go in for it. But I tell you, for Arsenal, it's a different team altogether. That is it. For Arsenal, it's a different case altogether, because you let Guimaraes slip out of your hands to the side of Man City. Then it's like you're giving them another chance to obviously go ahead and obviously win the league. You get? And yet Arsenal wants to bridge the gap in between them and Man City. And I think this is what is really trying to obviously baffle the head of Arsenal, because Fofana is there for 20 million euros. He's a very good player, but not Premier League proven, and he'll need some time to settle into the Premier League. And him being into the French squad that's going to be playing in the Euros, because you know he's not going to be dropped, you feel like, should we obviously go for him? Because he'll have to obviously take some time off and he'll join Arsenal just like 1 or 2 weeks to the start of the season. Yet you'd love to have him into the preseason. Yet for Bruno Guimaraes, he's a Premier League proven player, and when you bring him in, you obviously understand that he can easily click in. He knows what happens at the work grounds, especially when Arsenal is playing the big games against Man City, has faced them when he's playing against Newcastle. So I think that's where Arsenal is really trying to really come on to which striker to sign. But financially, you obviously know what happens. This would have been the best deal, because I told you, if you want to get in a replacement for Thomas Partey, he's the guy. You get? And 20 million euros, he's really an absolute steal for the side of Arsenal if they decide to go in for this guy, because he's really one of a kind that you'll obviously want to have in your team, because he can play as a CDM, he can also play as a box-to-box midfielder. And you ask yourself, put yourself in the feet of Arsenal. What do you do? Aren't you confused also? I think you also go into total confusion, because Fofana is that good. But even last time, Arsenal had just gone ahead to really line him up as an alternative for Declan Rice, and they are like, he is second fiddle. Even this summer transfer window, he's second fiddle, and I don't know whether he will get to what we call the first fiddle settings. You get? I don't know whether he'll obviously reach that level to obviously get into what we call the first fiddle settings, because even this summer, he's not first fiddle. And if I told you him, what do? I think all you have to do is simple. You just have to let the guy go. and really getting the player that you want. Because if he cannot make it to where you guys think he's supposed to be, then you have to obviously leave him and obviously find yourself really doing the best of the best. So for me, I'm just here to wait and see how things really pan out, but I'm here waiting for the big news on whether Arsenal have gone ahead to make him the priority or not, because that's what you're waiting for here. That is it. That's what we are waiting for here. Nothing else. You get? That is what we are waiting for, on whether this guy is going to be made the priority or not, depending on to the side of Arsenal. But we are here to see how things are really going to pan out. And I tell you, a lot is really going to happen this summer transfer window. And I tell you what, Arsenal is busy going to be into this market, and they are going to sign in a minimum of like 3 or 4 players, because one of those is going to be signed, and you know him very well. It's David Raya, and Arsenal is just waiting for that moment to obviously come up and really put up what they call their fee to Brentford, and Brentford will obviously acknowledge that the player has gone ahead to move, and they'll hand in the papers to the Premier League, and the player will obviously find himself really leaving the side of Arsenal. Sorry, leaving the side of Brentford officially to obviously play for the side of Arsenal. Remember, when Arsenal was playing into the league, they missed out onto several moments because they couldn't find themselves in a position of really putting up what we call this man in the starting 11 when they're playing against Brentford, because the player was there on loan. So Arsenal are pushing to sign him, and we don't know whether they're going to go in for this guy. But I tell you, the price is 20 million euros. I leave the question over to you. Should Arsenal go in for Bruno Guimaraes, Douglas Luiz, Zubimendi, or Fofana? Because I don't see them bringing in 2 midfielders. They might bring in one, and then later they do the needful. But there is something that Arsenal can work out. You know, there are teams that want to sign Fofana, and at 20 million euros, that's an absolute steal. Why can't Arsenal tell Fofana that we are going to sign you and loan you to a team like AC Milan that needs you, or any other team that needs you, and then we'll find ways of obviously getting you back into that team of Arsenal. You understand? All else, Arsenal might say Fofana is a very good player, bring him at Arsenal, plus another midfielder, maybe Zubimendi, right? That will be like 70 million pounds for 2 players. After bringing them on board, then you do the needful. And when when Jorginho goes next season, you are really settled, and you're not going to go in for any other midfielder. And that means Fofana would have gone ahead to settle in, and then Zubimendi. But the problem is all the 2 players that are not really having what we call the Premier League knowledge. But talent is talent. We've seen very many players like Odegaard coming in from the Spanish League and really fitting in here like a glove. So let's wait and see how that pans out. But that's the Wesley Fofana moment in there for you. The price has been revealed. And then we obviously have Kai Havertz saying, Chelsea fans were angry that I left. The Arsenal fans we aren't so enthusiastic either, because it didn't go so well at the start. Then there is strength when the coach, teammates, and the people in your close environment stand by you and your support. Yeah, we all know that Arsenal fans just found themselves really not falling in love with this guy. They went ahead to criticize him a lot, and I tell you what, he went ahead to prove them wrong. And I was one of those that really told you that Kai Havertz is a very good player, and I reiterate these words always, that if I were Manchester United, I would have gone ahead to go in for that guy. You get? I would have gone ahead to go in for Kai Havertz, not Mason Mount. And people were like, Rokani, I told you, look at how Kai Havertz has gone ahead to perform in his first season at Arsenal, and how Mason Mount has gone ahead to obviously behave. I was really right and spot on. I told you that Kai Havertz is a better player. He can play in very many different positions. And when you look at the season of Manchester United that we had, you saw to it that we really had some huge problems, you know? We had some huge problems this season, and it really costed us lots and lots of moments as a club of Manchester United. And when Rasmus Højlund was injured, Anton Martial injured, if you had gone ahead to sign Kai Havertz, would have gone ahead to lead the line like he did for the club of the club of Arsenal. So I was spot on, and I could pick Kai Havertz on any day ahead of Kai Havertz. And Arsenal fans never understood the assignment, but when the boy came in through, he has gone ahead, obviously, become one of the favorites. From being the highly hated player to one of the most loved players in the team of Arsenal. Then Kai Havertz said, Arsenal has always impressed me, and so has this fact. I really wanted to join this club because they have a clear plan and a predetermined development with the goal of winning titles. The change was worth it. It's been the best here in my career so far. By the way, ever since he left Germany, I think that was Bayern Leverkusen and came to Chelsea. That was in 2020. He hasn't gone ahead to have a better season than he had last season. 2023, 2024 will be a memorable season for him, and that's why he says it has been the best career so far in the Premier League. And I tell you what, next season, Kai Havertz is said to be unlocking his potential, or his full potential, because for we who know what he is, you haven't gone ahead to see what Kai Havertz is made of. He never had confidence, he got it, and now it's high time you watched a more confident player playing for the side of Arsenal, right? And that is going to be happening next season. And I was going to hit to fit in like a glove. And you never know, he might be that player to score 20 goals next season for the club of Arsenal. And the big question is Arteta going to keep him? Is Arteta going to keep playing him as a number 9? Or is going to drop him back in the midfield? We wait and see how Arsenal does it. Because with 4 signings coming in through, with a central midfielder, a right winger, a left back, and a centre forward, many questions will be posed, right? So we leave it for Mikel Arteta, but Kai Havertz is going to obviously speak out onto that, and I think that is really hugely noted. Then Gabriel Magalhães said, when I came, maybe the club wasn't in a good moment. The feeling we get whenever we are the Emirates now, though, is unbelievable. Whenever I hear my own song as well, wow, it's incredible. I'm so happy about that. It's a dream for me. And when he came in through, I think it was his first signing. It was Mikel Arteta's first money signing. I know Willian was one of those that came in through earlier because he was a free agent. And they happened to see a guy called Gabriel Magalhães coming in. So they bought him for like £30 million from Lille. He came in at the age of 20, and you now know, I think it was 2021, and for the last 4 seasons, he has been at Arsenal, and this is the guy who's going to turn out to be one of the best defenders in the world. Even my team, Manchester United, was interested in him, but he is really great, and he has gone ahead to reflect well what went ahead to be happening at Arsenal. By then, it wasn't the Arsenal it is, and the fans were not believing like they believe, and they've gone ahead obviously compose a song for him because of his super qualities as a player. So we leave it at that and see how he's really gonna complete this season that is gonna be playing of 2024-2025, where Arsenal are gonna be trophy hunting. I tell you, Arsenal is gonna be trophy hunting this season that's starting in August. Then Gabriel Magalhães, here at Arsenal, how we play, how we stick together, how we work for each other, I've never seen this anywhere else. It's a dream for me to be part of it. So he's saying that according to how Arsenal plays, he has never seen it anywhere. And I tell you what, in my language or in my culture, we have a saying that where the child or the young one knows, that's where the rain rains, because the young one will only see rain when he's at home because he rarely moves. That means that you'll only know what happens where you are always, and it's very hard for you to know what happens on the other side. When he puts up that, players at Man City will be like, what does he know? What is he talking about? Does he know what happens at City? If he's feeling like that and they haven't gone ahead to lift anything, what of us at Man City who have always gone ahead to obviously win trophies? You know, it will cause very many question marks for him, I understand. But I tell you, at the end of it all, he'll be given what he really deserves as an answer. You understand? So, we wait and see how that pans out, but that is Gabriel Magalhães for you. And he says, here at Arsenal, how we play, I've never seen it anywhere. Obviously, he was playing for Lille, and there is no way you can obviously compare Lille with the club of Arsenal. So, guys, I call upon for your reactions in the comment section below on Arsenal told Youssouf Fofana's price. What should Arsenal do? Should they go for him or they shouldn't go for him? Kai Havertz, Gabriel Magalhães, talk. What do you make about it? Rokani David is my name. I sign out for now. See you later as I cover you all in the precious blood of Jesus Christ. Champions League finale is on. The hour mark is done. It's still 0-0, but Borussia Dortmund has better chances than Real Madrid. Bye-bye.